Hi guys and welcome back. So today, as a continuation from our previous video of 5 ways to lighten your rucksack for free, we're going to look at how to lighten your rucksack if you've got a bit of a budget and you're looking to spend a little bit of money to do so. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be looking at things or ways to lighten your pack if you've got a bit of a budget and some spending money. Some of the things we're going to be talking about today are sort of less expensive, and we've got some that are obviously going to be a bit more expensive. So it depends how much you've got to invest, but I think it's good to cover sort of a wide range of options for you. The first and probably the most important, or maybe even the easiest place to save some weight, is looking at the big four. So the big four are your sleeping bag, your sleeping mat, your tent, and your rucksack, and they make up sort of the big proportion of the weight that you'll be carrying. Especially with your sleeping system, it is probably one of the bigger parts of your pack, and for a lot of people, if you haven't invested a bit of money into like a down bag and looking at you've got a synthetic at the moment, it's a really good place to start. Like I said, a good place to start if you're looking to save a bit of weight or a bit of pack size is probably to look at your sleep system, and that is the first one of the big four. So especially with sleeping bags, if you've got a synthetic bag, it might be worth looking at a down bag. Down packs down a lot smaller, it's a lot lighter, so it's going to instantly shave off a good amount of weight from your pack. So this is the weight of like a standard synthetic bag, and this is the weight of sort of a standard down bag of the same temperature. And you can see there that there is a little bit of a difference and instantly a bit of a weight saving. Moving on, we've got your roll mat. Again, you can go sort of super light here, and it loses a little bit of durability, or you can find somewhere in the middle, a bit of middle ground. But it's certainly a good place to save a little bit of weight and also a bit of space. You might want to choose and go from a self-inflating mat to sort of a pump sack mat. We've got a little pump sack video up here as well on how to use pump sack if you haven't seen one before. And again, it's a nice way to shave off a few grams. Moving on, we can look at rucksacks. Rucksacks are a little bit different because obviously it is very much altered by the amount of kit you've got to carry and the type of kit you're trying to carry. You could potentially, if you are looking to move a lot of your gear down to sort of ultralight and good pack size, to look at a smaller rucksack, going from maybe like a 65 down to a 38 or a 40-litre rucksack. But if you haven't got, you still keep carrying a similar amount of stuff, but you want to actually get a lighter pack, then looking at a pack like the Exos or the Asia would be a really good option for you. It's a really light rucksack, it weighs just this much, and it's a good way to shave off a little bit of weight from your pack. We've actually got a video all about this bag, and I will link that just here as well. Moving on, we're looking at our tent, and potentially an area that most people will go to straight away. It can very often make up the majority of the weight we're carrying. So there's a few different options you could look at here. You could look at going for a new tent, and that could be looking for something that's really light. We've got a Telemark video up here, but you could also look at things like the Hubba Hubba range from MSR, which is a really nice lightweight option for anyone looking for a lightweight tent. You can do 1-man or 2-man with that from us. Or you could look at different options entirely, and that could be carrying a tarp with walking poles like we've spoken about in the past, or maybe even looking at a bivvy instead. All of these are really good options to save a bit of weight. Obviously certain things are going to save a little bit more weight, and it depends a little bit on how much you want to invest. But that is a really good place to start, and that is looking at the big four. So another good place to look at, and a slightly cheaper thing to look at, would be switching over to dry meals. So a lot of people will go straight for the wet meals. They are a little bit cheaper, a little bit more cost effective, but they are a little bit heavier. So we'll put the weight of a wet meal here and a dry meal over here just so you can see the comparison. And although it's just a few grams, if you shed that over sort of 4 or 5 days walking, you are actually saving a substantial amount of weight. It's a relatively inexpensive thing, but it's quite a big change and an easy one to make straight away. The next one we're going to be looking at is sort of sitting in the middle of the two, so it's not an inexpensive option, but it's not as expensive as sort of going for a brand new tent or a full new sleep system, and that is switching your insulated jacket if you're looking at doing sort of cooler weather camping or trekking, and moving from synthetic to down. So obviously we're going to be talking about in a future video or a past video, depending on when this video is released, about down and synthetic insulation. One of the perks of down is it packs down a lot smaller and it's a lot lighter, just like we spoke about with the sleeping bags. So if you've got like a decent sized synthetic jacket, moving it over to a down jacket might save you a little bit of weight and also a little bit of pack size. Just like we've done with the other options, I'll put the weight of a synthetic jacket here and the same kind of jacket in down over here, and you can compare the weights and see that there is going to be a little bit of a saving. The final little bit of advice is doubling up, and when I say doubling up, I don't mean buying the same jacket twice. What I'm talking about is looking at different options for different seasons. So if you've got a bit of money to spend and you are happy to have a summer and a winter kit, this could be a really good way to save a bit of weight, especially in the summer. In the winter, we tend to have to carry a few more options, a few more sort of warm layers, down jackets, slightly chunkier sleeping bags and roll mats, and also slightly hardier waterproofs. So in the summer, it's a good opportunity to save a bit of weight. And if you've got the budget to do so, you could look at slimming down some of your kit, going for a lighter weight down jacket, looking at a slightly lighter waterproof coat and trousers. You could also look at going for a summer sleeping bag, and this is a really good way to save quite a substantial amount of weight over the summer period. Like I said, it is quite a big investment, doubling up on all of your kit, and it's not for everyone. But if you've got some money to spend, or you're looking to invest a bit of money into getting a lighter weight pack for summer, this is a really good option for you. So like I said at the start of the video, that is a quick look at how to improve the weight of your pack if you've got a bit of money to spend and a little bit of a budget to do so. Some of these options are perfect for everyone, and some of these options obviously are going to be if you've got a slightly bigger budget. I would really suggest focusing on those big four. It's a really good and efficient way of sort of reducing the weight of your pack, and looking at those sort of main four options is a good place to start. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and if not, we look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps us out. Thank you.